Welcome dear learners. I am Dr. Nilesh Kumar Tiwari from School of Management Studies, Bastar Visvyadhyalay, Jagdalpur. In this session, we are going to learn the e-commerce market, the supply chain in e-commerce market and various other aspects of e-commerce market in India. So, let us understand from the impact of e-commerce market on Indian economy. So, the first important aspect is e-commerce market encourages the micro, small and medium enterprises to sell their products to the end consumers, to their consumers through online mediums. So, in the last session, in the last lecture, we have discussed about what is e-commerce, how e-commerce takes place, but let us revise once again. So, e-commerce is basically a commercial activity where a buyer and seller exchange goods and services for a consideration. So, online purchasing and selling of goods and services is known as e-commerce. So, impact on Indian economy, the first point is that it encourages the entrepreneurship and new employment opportunities. So, a lot of new jobs are created because of e-commerce activities, because of expansion of e-commerce activities. Next impact, which is very positive, is that it encourages the micro, small and medium enterprises of our country to promote exports of goods and services. So, any person or any business entity or an individual can sell their products overseas if they have a channel of e-commerce. That means, if they are on online platform, so they can directly sell their goods and services not only inside this country, inside the territory of the geographical location, but also to some other countries as well. So, e-commerce have very positive impact on Indian economy. So, it encourages and promotes exports of goods and services. Next point is that, as we have seen in the last session, that the various types of e-commerce transactions taking place between various stakeholders. For example, business to business, business to consumer, consumer to government, government to consumer. So, all these activities ultimately impacts the economic activities, and with increase in economic activities, the government collects more tax from the various stakeholders, through individuals, through corporates, through business firms, and then the government collects huge amount of taxes. Huge we can say, because the tax collection depends upon the kind of economic activities, and it also depends upon business cycle. We will discuss in another lesson about business cycle, but for here the economic activities impacts the tax collection in an economy. The next point, which is very important, is that with the advent of technology, information technology, the way of business models in e-commerce, retailing, the products and services gets it gets improved. That means, the customers share their feedback about desired changes in the quality, performance, durability of products and also services to the manufacturers through various online mediums, and then there is a improvement by the manufacturers. So, of course, that has a very positive impact on Indian economy. Just imagine, before coming of this 4G network services in our country, it was quite difficult for everyone to have a video conversation or video conferencing or video calls, but as Jio mobile network, they came into existence, and the quality of the services by telecom industry changed drastically. Now, we can have we can have voice to voice HD quality telecommunication, as well as we can have video calling facility at a very nominal cost. So, as a consumer, we are concerned with the quality products and services. So, again it is e-commerce, it is information and communication technology that is facilitating the e-commerce activities. So, this is a very positive impact, that the products and services are getting improved day by day. The quality of life is increasing because of internet, information and communication technology, as well as e-commerce activities. Now, let us understand what are the supply chain in e-commerce activities. That means, how a business used to perform earlier, now with the advent of internet, information and communication technology, how businesses are changing. So, earlier what used to happen, there used to be a manufacturer or a producer or a service provider who used to follow the proper channel, that is distributor, wholesaler, retailer, and then ultimately to the consumer. So, this was the supply chain, where a consumer used to pay higher amount because of various charges or commissions by various stakeholders. Now, it has reduced significantly because the internet, information and communication technology and e-commerce activities has bridged this gap, and a manufacturer or a producer can directly sell to the consumer through a market. So, the supply chain has changed very drastically. From this picture, we can understand, from this diagram we can understand what is the emerging supply chain management in our country. So, it clearly signifies, it clearly shows that a manufacturer, they can approach through market, or they can directly sell the products and services through their own websites and mobile apps to the consumers. So, again the role of internet, information and communication technology is very crucial. It helps encouraging the e-commerce activities. So, any manufacturer which is in any part of the country, they can sell the products and services to any part of the country only through online medium. They can also sell through other traditional ways, conventional ways of following the proper distribution channel, the supply chain. But now this e-commerce, the online buying and selling process mechanism has facilitated the seller from any part of the country to buyer from another part of country to smoothly have a transaction. So, this is the emerging supply chain management. Next please. So, this Flipkart and Amazon, they go for various kind of sales promotional activities, also Big Bazaar. So, from this picture we can understand that there is a physical store, Big Bazaar, where we can go and have a product, but at the cost, at the convenience of going and then purchasing, we can directly order a product directly to online. And then there is again, as we have discussed earlier, the convenience, cost, time, all these gets as per consumers, as per customers requirement. So, online purchasing consumer behavior is very important. Now, let us understand what is the role of internet and communication technology in e-commerce. So, this can be understood from two perspectives. Number one, from the manufacturer or the producer's perspective, and from the consumer's perspective. Now, internet communication technology is crucial because that medium is very important in e-commerce activities. So, a manufacturer, they will always look for a greater access to a market, and again a manufacturer will focus on producing quality products and services, not worrying about where to sell the product, because e-commerce facilitates the buyers and sellers coming together and buying their goods and then exchanging their goods and services for a particular agreed price. So, direct marketing, this is very important aspect which e-commerce, internet and communication technology facilitates. Here it is very important to understand, earlier what used to happen, the manufacturer used to store, used to have an inventory of a particular product that they are manufacturing. For example, motorcycle or car or washing machine or refrigerator. They used to produce, the manufacturer used to produce in bulk, and they used to store, they used to have an inventory which used to require to hire some person and then holding the inventory and then working capital getting blocked, finance getting blocked in those inventories. So, that has reduced significantly. Now, we can go online, we can order, we can place an order online in advance, and we can have a particular time delivery where the product is delivered, is given to the consumers. So, this is the most important thing, that the producer, the manufacturer knows how much is the demand and what kind of goods and services are required in the market. So, this facilitates, that e-commerce, internet facilitates in understanding what products and for whom, who is the ultimate consumer, who is going to consume or who is going to use my product. So, manufacturer, with the help of internet and e-commerce activities, they clearly get that an idea, right. And the most important aspect right now is the dynamic product or services pricing. So, you might have experienced that Flipkart is giving a particular price for a particular product, Amazon is giving some another price, some other company is giving some another price. So, how these prices gets changed for a similar product? Some companies offer huge discounts, which is known as deep discounting, higher lower prices for same product. So, again it is possible only through internet and communication technology that the manufacturer knows through various inputs that what should be the price, so that they can sell, they can clear their stock, they can have money in their, they can have particular goods sold at a particular price, because a fixed price, that is fine, the goods will be sold, but it requires dynamic product pricing depending upon the season and the business cycle and the consumer's purchasing power. So, this e-commerce and internet and communication technology helps in dynamic product and services pricing. Next is optimized inventory or supply chain management. Optimized inventory, because every time it is not possible for a manufacturer to hold the inventory or to have less amount of inventory. So, optimum size of inventory and reducing the supply chain management with the help of internet and communication technology is very crucial for this cutthroat competitive business environment, where a manufacturer is facing a very tough competition. So, this is very important. Next point is customer feedback and customer relationship management. A customer, a consumer, as we have discussed earlier, shares their views, their reviews, their experiences pre and post about products liking, disliking to the consumers. So this is again very important aspect. So you can say you can see from this particular picture that there is a flash sale which is going on a particular date. So a manufacturer is sure that this product is going to sell and there is this particular quantity of demand. So this is the again very important area. Now let us understand this role of internet and communication technology in e-commerce from the perspective of the consumers. When we talk about e-commerce, we mean that there is some transaction going on between buyer and a seller, and there is a marketplace or a mechanism where they can interact and they can mutually exchange their goods and services for a particular agreed price. So the first point is easy access to market. As a consumer, we can buy any product 24 hours, 7 days, in 365 days. So access to market has tremendously increased for customers as well as for manufacturers. So this is very positive impact. Customers convenience, we have discussed earlier as well that the pre and post purchases, it is very convenient for the customer, for the consumers to buy products and services as per his requirement, as per his convenience. Next point again, which is easy payment options. We have discussed this thing in our previous session, previous lecture, but again the e-commerce facilitates the buyers to have payment options as per their convenience. For example, cash on delivery, electronic payment, through internet banking, through credit card, debit card and EMI options. This again helps in increasing the e-commerce activities. Next point is lower purchase cost, that is time, energy and money. So going physically to a market and then searching information which product is good, which is for my use, requires energy, time and money. So this is again saved by e-commerce activities or on internet or online purchasing. Next point is the quality of the products. We have discussed these get improved, enhanced, but there is again lower cost due to fewer intermediaries, that is channels of distribution, product distribution. So of course, if the intermediaries are less, the commission to those stakeholders will get reduced and this benefit will pass on to the consumers. So again, e-commerce is facilitating the consumers to get a product at a lower cost. So the role of internet and communication technology in e-commerce is very important, and that is this channel is getting reduced, commission is getting reduced, and this commission is directly passing on to the consumers. Next point is real time tracking of products and services. So if we have ordered any product through any website, Amazon, Flipkart, eBay or any website, so we can track where my product is currently located, where it is in delivery process or something like that. So the thing here is, as a consumer, I know I can have a particular preference for delivery of products, because in metro cities or in tier 2 cities, tier 1 cities, everyone used to work. I mean, most of the people used to work, so they prefer a particular time slot for delivery of the product. So they can understand, they can order that this particular point or period of time is convenient to them, and they can track the product where this is in this deliveries channel, and they can get that. So this is again one of the important area of convenience to the consumers. The last point, which is again very important, is that direct feedback and complaint about products and services. So this again is possible through internet, because what earlier used to happen is that the consumer or the customers used to write email, and then the company will have that email and then they will study, then will come back. But with the social media, so with the increasing penetration of internet and masses, a lot of people are there on internet, on various websites or social media, so they can share their experiences. So that again forces sometimes the companies to look into the matter, and then the companies, they used to develop the products, they used to improve the products and services, so that they can have this customer loyalty. Customer loyalty means that they are retaining the same customers through satisfying their needs, wants and demands, but also making them happy. So this is again possible only through internet and e-commerce activities. So in this session we have learned about the various aspects of e-commerce. In the next session we will discuss further what are the emerging business models in e-commerce in India. Thank you very much. Thank you.